All right, Max.
Alrighty, how we doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well. How's your day been?
It's good, man. It's like the start of the semester, so things are a bit slower, and I'm just kind of waiting to get back in the rhythm. And it's like I like being busy, and it's like it's been like not a lot going on this week. I feel like so.
No, yeah, I feel you. Like this first week for me, it's been pretty chill, but I can kind of feel like, all right, it's gonna look be a lock-in semester. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like wintertime. Everyone's in their rooms just studying, and it's like. And I kind of was like thinking back to like when it was nice, warm outside playing spike ball, but it's like shit. It's like the middle of the winter right now.
I know, dude. I was playing a lot of pickleball over winter break, and I was just thinking back, like, man, I miss summer because like summer I'd be playing outside, pickleball, golf, whatever it may be, and it'd just be so nice. To now it's like just inside facilities and things like that. It's just like ugh, or like running or going to the gym. Just way rather be outside in the nice weather.
It's been great getting to know you this first semester. I really admire how many people you know because you're a very social person.
You too, man. I'm trying to think, how did we meet?
You remember it was the cart pushing?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the story of how we met.
This is the first day, yeah.
Like, first day, I think it's like August 17th or something like that. Like, I'm just getting back on first day on campus at Michigan. I volunteered to, like, help with move-in crew. I'm with this dude. His name's Ruben. Shout out, Ruben.
You still in touch with him?
I keep in touch with him.
That's cool.
And then this man rolls up, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And we end up pushing cars together and moving in a few people, so we had a good old time with that.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I wasn't even part of the moving crew. I don't know if you know that.
Really? You're just having fun?
I was, like, just so bored, I think. And I think I was at the gym, and then, like, I was seeing some friends, and I was going to Mojo, and I see Ruben, and I had class with Ruben last semester, so I started talking to him, and I started, like, I'll just end up being there for an hour, and then I started helping him out, and I'm like, shit, like, I have nothing else to do. I might as well just, like, help move in some people.
I know, yeah, and it was like those early days, like it was like I think it was the first day of moving, like before like there was any like welcome week stuff or darties or anything like that. So it was just like the days were just like long and chill, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't
it's
really.
Like you want to meet people, but it's like shit. It's like nothing's happening until nighttime, so you're kind of just moving through the day.
Yeah, for sure, man.
How was your first semester, man?
First semester, honestly, I really enjoyed it. So like took Chem 130, Social 100, Writing 160. We'll get to that class. That class was really interesting. It's a first year writing requirement class, and the title of the class is Writing and Walking. So I mean, it was a really small class. I think it was 12 people. Professor was really cool. It was Shelly Manis. I honestly didn't really know about the class, but one of my friends reached out to me and was like, "There's this like really small writing class," and then registration. I was like, it was all closed. So I was like, but I really wanted to get in this class because I've heard so many things. It's writing and walking. I was like, okay, that seems like pretty straightforward and chill. And I ended up like every day I just like check like, okay, maybe those seat open up, and then eventually a seat opened up, and there you go. And then I'm in the Writing 160.
So do you walk around with a pencil and paper, or what is it?
That's what I thought, honestly, but not really. I think it was the kind of like structure of the class was there's like three main projects. There was like a walking tour. I think like there's like you have to like take notebooks or like walking diary, stuff like that. So that was kind of like the walking aspect. Like you go for like a daily walk or whatever, and then you'd write like a quick little brief summary or entry into your diary about the walk. And then I'm trying to think what the other project was. I honestly don't remember, but it was a pretty like low-key class. The grading was really lenient. It's called labor-based grading, also known as participation. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was a cool class. I took it with one of my high school buds, so we had a good time.
Yeah, going on walks is fun. Like, I used to go on a lot more walks, like, when I was in high school and stuff. I had more free time, but I kind of fell out of it because, I used to, like, going out before I slept, just, like, step out for a bit, like, when it's dark outside. But I went on a few walks recently, and I remembered how, like, nice it would feel.
Yeah.
It's like, very calming, nice way to end the day, I feel like.
No, I agree. I think it sucks because when the weather's cold and you're in classes, like, that's the thing at, Michigan, like, for some warmer schools, you may not experience this, but, like, when it's winter semester, it's like, okay, it's lock-in time, like, it's dark, or like you go to class, it's dark. You come back, it's dark. Like there's not much else going on. It's just studying and grinding really, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday we outside.
Yeah. Do you like the winter?
No, I don't
at all.
I mean, I think it's grown on me a bit now. Like I think now that I have more like academic stuff to do, I think during the winters it's like, or less free time, it's like, okay, I'm not feeling like I need to be outside and be hanging out with friends as often because I feel like everyone's kind of buckling down. And a lot of the things I like to do outside just aren't available in the winter. But whereas in the summer, like you have all these like fun things you can do, and it's like, okay, when you have work to do, it's like, damn, I can be outside running, partying, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The winter has its own flavor to it. It's
How
different.
about you? Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually always liked the winter. And
really?
You know, when people always ask me the favorite season, I always end up saying the current season, and over time I've realized that shit. Like, I feel like I appreciate all of them for their own kind of flavor. I mean, I think by far after I've thought about it, the fall time is usually my happiest time. But, you know, like, there are a lot of things that I just wish I could do right now because,
Yeah.
I mean, I get all these random desires for new things I want to try, and they all happen to be outside. Like, oh, I want to start surfing, or I want to start, you know, like, I want to play spikeball again. I miss
No,
playing
I feel
spikeball.
you. That's the thing. Like when you're like an athletic or person that just like to be outside, like that's the thing with winter. Like you can't do all those things like golf, pickleball, tennis, all this stuff. You just have to find like alternatives or do it inside, which I think kind of kills some of the enjoyment out of it. You know, It's still fun, but.
And I feel like everyone kind of becomes introverted in the wintertime, so it's like even if I want to hang out with friends, it's like I feel like you see them less often. Like you hang out less often because there's not much else to do, right? And everyone has work to do, and end up falling back in the same routine of we're gonna work and go to the gym, and it's like shit. That's all I do now.
Yeah, no, that's so facts, man. I think that's that's kind of the thing with it, but I don't know. I've grown to appreciate it more now. It's like I don't mind going into lab or whatever it may be, and it's like because I'm like, what else am I gonna be doing on a Tuesday from 2 to 4? Like everyone's in school, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I feel like the first week's hard, but when we get in the rhythm of the semester, I end up liking it a lot because, like, the grad season is fun in its own way. You know, like you have more time to yourself, so it's really the time to like think about what you want in life and like how you want to use that extra time when it's dark outside. And you know, I've always gone down like new rabbit holes and adventures in the winter, so it's like it has its own energy to it. You know.
No, I agree. That's fair. I definitely want to get back into running, man. That's one thing for me. I think because I ran track and cross country throughout high school, and I think once I finished my senior track season, I did a little bit. I went on a running trip with one of my boys, and then I just didn't run at all. I don't know. I tried to go for a run here or there throughout the first few weeks of school, and then I was just like, man, fade it. But I don't know. Coming back, I'll get back into it.
You ever look at M-Run or anything or no?
I have. I really have. There's some friends that have reached out to me that I know. Like there's a group of a lot of Washtenaw County people who went to high school in this area and ran cross country and track in this vicinity do M-Run. So that's definitely been there's some cool people in there, but I just haven't really gotten back into it. Maybe coming soon though.
Bro. I'm not a fan of running.
Really?
Like I could do other forms
You're
of cardio.
You're a gym bro though.
Yeah, I mean I do like intense cardio and stuff because I think it's good for you. But
yeah,
if I'm just going on a run on my own, it's just mentally I hate it. Like if we're doing a hard wrestling conditioning, I mean sure they both suck, but at least I can get by with that. But doing running, I just hate it.
No, yeah, that's fair, man. I feel you on that. I can understand why someone wouldn't like running, and I mean, I wasn't I liked running. I'm a runner, but I didn't love it. You know what I mean? I like the people I ran with.
I mean, some people love it, man. Some people it's their whole thing. You know?
I know. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the people I did it with. I like some of the health benefits to it, of course, but I wasn't I don't know. I think the thing for me, the point where I realized I like running, I'm not in love with it, was when it was Tuesday after school and it was 5 p.m. raining, slushy and snowing. I was like, damn. I wasn't all right, time to go for a run. I was all right, let me get this done and go and carry on with my day.
Yeah. But it's good to have something, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish I played more sports growing up because I kind of got more into sports later in my life.
Sure.
In high school. But,
sure.
I've realized how great that is because it's really just it changes the whole way you live life in a little bit because as someone who didn't play a lot growing up, you kind of feel different in your own body after you start playing a sport. So
for sure.
But
you're from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
We're in Jersey.
I'm pretty close to Rutgers, so I'm 20 minutes out from Rutgers. It's a city called Somerset.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of it.
Ever been to Jersey or no?
I don't think so. No.
You should come visit.
Should I? What's there to do, man? In your city, in Somerset, what is there to do?
Somerset itself.
What does a Saturday evening in Somerset look like?
Drive somewhere out of Somerset.
Okay.
It's a nice suburban area, but the way I like to describe Jersey is a GTA map because it's small, it's compact, but it has the most people per square mile out of any state. So you can literally drive around anywhere. You're always surrounded by so much shit going on. So,
honestly, that actually makes sense because I think there's very few rural areas in Jersey where I feel
everything's pretty suburban, and I guess a lot of people wouldn't like that, but it makes it so there's actually a lot of cool shit to do within a reasonable driving range. I live right in the middle of Jersey, so I drive an hour west or an hour east, I'm on the beach. Drive an hour north, mountains. Nothing crazy like the west, but you have decent amount of mountains if you want to just get out there in nature, right? Drive an hour northeast, you're in New York City. Drive 2 hours south. Fuck, all the directions are fuck. Southwest, you're in Philly.
Sure.
You know, you drive 30 minutes from a house, you're in Princeton. You know, you're driving 10 minutes from a house, you're in farmland. So it's like, there's so many small towns scattered around. You know, 6 highway systems that are just like connecting everything, and people drive like maniacs there. So you're basically racing around like you're in GTA.
Yeah.
So it's like, a lot of times I just hop in the car with friends, and we don't even know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll just kind of like just start driving, and we'll end up somewhere. So
I know, that's fair. I don't know. I've grown to like, now that I think it's like just grown to appreciate driving. I don't know. I've grown to like, well, especially like at college where I'm not driving, you know what I mean? It's so much nicer when it's like, okay, it's just fun to just go and cruise with the fellows and just go out for a night.
I actually really like driving, like in a weird way.
You a car guy?
I'm not a car guy, but I'm a driving guy, where it's like,
Okay.
you know, like, there's like the car nerds who like obsess over all, like, I don't know much about cars. I think they're cool, but for me, there's something about being behind the wheel. Like, I don't care if it's a race car or like a Honda Accord. Like, I just love the experience of just driving something.
Yeah, that's fair. You cut up, or are you just like a 9-3, just carrying on? Or are you cutting
What does that
up?
mean?
Like, are you swimming? Are you cutting up, speeding, racing?
Look, you know,
or
it
just,
depends
like,
on the mood, I
cruising?
think. Like, I'm never like an asshole, but, you know, sometimes I go fast, but sometimes
Ever been
I want
pulled
to stay
over?
calm. I have once, not for speeding. It was actually for something really stupid. I could tell that story, but
What was
so
it?
you know, like the in the U.S. the age to rent a car is 21,
Yeah.
but in Michigan and Cali, an 18-year-old can rent a car legally.
I didn't know.
In Jersey, you can't. And
Mhm.
I took my mom's car to the dealership to get, you know, the car needed repairs. Not repairs, but just
Sure.
like general
Yeah,
checkup,
maintenance,
right?
whatever.
So, and then they gave me a loaner car, and that's when I was like, shit, they probably won't give it to me, but I just showed them my ID, and they looked at it and said, oh, you're good. And they gave me the loaner car. I'm like, shit, I got the loaner car. And I'm driving, and it's actually the end of May, and the whole day, for some reason, like around my neighborhood, I just saw cops everywhere. You know, like I saw like
days,
2 or 3 people getting pulled over, you know, on Easton Avenue, which is like the main road that it's like a 45-mile speed limit where everyone drives fast. Everyone's getting pulled over, and you know, I just assume like it's the end of the month, so the police officers are making their quotas or whatever. So I drove very comfortably, and since it's a loaner car, it doesn't even have a normal license plate on the back. So
Sure.
so I enter an intersection to turn left, and on a green light, and you know, there's oncoming traffic, so I have to yield to the oncoming traffic. So I enter the intersection to make a left turn, and I wait for the traffic to come passing. The last car finally passes, but it passes right at the last second where it was yellow. So by the time he passed, it was red. But I'm blocking the intersection, so I make the left turn, which is legal. As you know, you probably see a lot of people do. They pull into the intersection, and I'm driving, I'm cruising, and like 5 minutes later, I see the sirens behind me. And I pull over, and I'm like, shit, I'm thinking about what I did, because they usually take a second. I think they run a background check on your vehicle and stuff before they come. So I had like 5 minutes to sit there and thinking, what the fuck did I do? So I was watching some Joe Rogan podcast. I paused that. I'm like, what did I do, man? And I was just thinking, shit, there's something wrong with the license plate. There's something wrong with the car, you know. And I was like, shit, I'm not even supposed to be driving this car, technically, so I'm like, fuck. And the officer comes and he says, you made an illegal left turn on the red light. And I'm like, I'm a little pussy back then, because like, I actually thought maybe what I did was illegal. I wasn't sure at the time. I always saw people do it, so I thought it was legal, but I didn't challenge him.
You mean illegal right turn?
Illegal left turn.
Left.
Because I entered when it was green, but it was oncoming traffic, so I waited for them to pass, then I made the left turn. But the last car came when it was like yellow, red, and I turned on the left, on the red.
Oh, because you're not supposed to approach into the intersection.
That's what he said.
Okay. Is that true?
And I wasn't sure if it was true at the time. I just always saw people do it, so I figured, okay, maybe it's true. I'll take the L. He gave me the ticket. And I drove home, but he didn't say anything. He took my license and everything, but he didn't say a word about underage. So at least he didn't care about that.
Really?
So I got saved there. But
that's good.
You know, I went home, and I started doing some research, and you know, after hours on ChatGPT, Gemini, not hours actually, it's pretty simple. But I went ChatGPT, Gemini. I read like the online books and stuff for New Jersey manual, and they clearly said that what I did was legal. So I'm actually allowed to do that. So I'm like, this fucker.
Did you contest the?
So I decided to contest it because. Shit, like I don't want a bad thing on my record. And
yeah, that's right. The points, whatever, maybe.
So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna challenge this. My dad's like, okay, go for it, man. So, it ended up being like a long process where they didn't get back to me for a while, and the end of the summer was approaching, and I was supposed to come to Michigan. It was the start of my freshman year, so this is 2 summers ago. And you know, my dad's like, dude, what are you gonna do? Because you have to go to Michigan. So I'm like, let me just call them, and I'm like, hey, like I haven't got my court date is like September 22nd. I'm gonna be in Michigan. Can I do it on Zoom? He's like, yeah, sure, you can do it on Zoom, no problem. I'm like, okay, it's all good. I'm like, Dad, he said I can do it on Zoom. It's all good. And I go back to Michigan, and the date's approaching. When they call me and tell me I can't do it on Zoom, I have to come in person for this. And I'm like, dude, I'm 2 weeks in the semester. It's some random weekend. I'm trying to hang out with my friends, meet people, and it's like, I gotta go back to Jersey to fight this case.
You flew back to fight this.
So I called them and said, can you just like cancel it and just give me the damn ticket at this point?
Yeah.
And they said no. It's already been scheduled.
What happens if you didn't show up?
It would be bad.
Oh, really?
It would be bad. It would just get worse and worse.
Damn. So what
I
happened?
think at least.
Did you go back and
So I flew back to Jersey, and the flight tickets were more than the car ticket. And yeah. And I didn't even end up...
You didn't win
so
the case.
I end up... All I had to do was say, like, I pled, like, not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, okay. And then I met with some guy who offered me a deal where it's like, okay, I can take these charges off, I can lower the price by this much, and then I can, if you take this course online, there's no harm in your history.
Yeah, sure, I know what you're talking.
And I'm like, shit, okay, I guess I'll take that. And he said that, because if you contest it again, you might have to come back again in a few weeks. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you know what, I took the L, I paid the fine, I took the course, credit my car history, whatever, the license histories, no points in my license.
Yeah.
So I end up paying the ticket and the flight ticket, and after that day I realized that no matter like how good your case is, bro, like don't fuck with government, dude. This is not worth my time.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Nah, that's fair, man. That's valid. I feel you on that.
Yeah. You ever been pulled over? I feel like I can see you speeding on the highway at like 100 miles per hour.
I've never been pulled over for speeding. I was stopped one time. This was when I was still 16, and I had those like driving restrictions. Like in Michigan, I think it's like if you're out past 10, whatever. Anyways, I was coming back from this, like, it was a function. It was more like a get together. It was maybe 20 minutes from my house, and I just dropped my friends off. We like went and grabbed Joe's after this like mini function. Dropped everyone off. I'm going home, and then I was like a blinking red. This is actually the State and Packard intersection.
Oh
like,
yeah, I go there every day.
There's like a new pizza place over there, right by that Domino's. And I'm like, it's that blinking red. It's really late. I think it's like 12:30, maybe 1. I have no business driving, but anyways, I'm going through it. It's blinking red. I wasn't really thinking. I think I was on the phone with someone, and I just go through it. And then I see the lights, and I just know. I'm like, oh, I'm cooked.
Today's over.
Anyways, the officer comes over. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just get the warning, and we'll just like keep it going. You know what I mean? I think I had like one piece of paper missing. I think it was like I don't know if it was my registration or I think it was insurance. I don't know.
Oh no.
And then he was just, he was able to pull it up from his system. But he's like, no, you need a copy. So I was like, okay, man, whatever. I was respectful, obviously, but in my head I was like, all right, let's keep it going. And then he was like, oh, you're breaking the restrictions. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? And then so I don't get the warning. He goes to his car. I call my friend first. I don't even call my mom first. I call my friend. Tell my friend what happened. Then I call my mom. He's in the car forever. I don't know what he's doing. And then I'm like, then he comes back. He's like, I'm going to write you a ticket for this, like 3 things. I was like, oh my goodness. So it's like the
Did you see you on the phone too before or no?
Huh?
Did you see you when you're on the phone driving too? Or?
No. Well, I had it like hooked up to like the CarPlay or whatever, yeah. So that was not an issue. And then he comes back and he's just like, you're going to whatever. And then he starts talking to my mom. He's like, he can't be doing this, whatever. He's like about to go make my mom come pick me up. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then he starts looking, he's like searching through because I said I was coming back from a friend's house, but I think he thought I was like partying, whatever. Yeah. Trying to see if there's like alcohol or anything.
You weren't drinking, right?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and then he just got the ticket and he's like, just let me drive home. And I was like, what the heck? And it was like I think it was like $450 ticket, $550. It's like something ridiculous.
You have points in your license or?
I ended up beating the case, so
really,
I know. Yeah, I was able to like get it pushed down to like a non-moving violation. I think it was like blocking traffic or something. So we'll take. It ended up working out nicely, and I didn't have to like extend my restrictions. But it was just really just a big inconvenience.
Brutal, man.
But yeah, that's really been that was like my only like
story.
driving police story. That's what I'll say.
I'm surprised that's the only time I've been pulled over for something I didn't even do because I feel like I definitely deserve a lot more speeding tickets.
I know, yeah. There's been times where I've probably been I've probably like been going a little faster than I should past cops and just like, I don't know. I just keep it pushing, keep driving, and
man,
keep it rolling.
That's how it'll be. Maybe one day I'll get some bad luck, but somehow I always brake before the cops come, and I'm like, oh shit, thank God I broke.
Yeah, I feel you on that one, man.
But do you enjoy driving?
Yeah, I love driving, man. Oh my goodness.
It's so peaceful, man.
No, it is. I like whether I'm with friends or alone, whatever. I just put some music on, roll windows down if it's nice, just cruise. There's a road on, it's actually not too far from campus called Huron River Drive. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've driven on there.
But man, is it nice? It is. It's truly like it's unimaginable. We'd run there during our track season.
It goes by the
like
river, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like right along the rivers. The trees are like coming up and around, and it's just so nice to just cruise around.
Yeah, dude.
No one's ever there. There are deer, but other than that, it's really nice.
You ever hit a deer?
No, never hit a deer.
Oh,
never hit a deer. Never hit a person.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. I
It's
think
kind of hard. In Ann Arbor, I always feel like I'm gonna hit somebody.
I think the biggest thing for people to drive, like the thing that shows someone's the worst driver, is hitting something that's not moving. Like people who hit like trees or cars in parking lots or trash cans. Like you hit something that wasn't moving. Like it's 100%. You're like I don't know. That's my thing. If you hit something that's not moving, I'm gonna call you a bad driver.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone made a wise point to me once. They're like, you're either a good driver or good at parking. I don't know. And I don't know if I believe
parking,
that.
Bro.
Are you a bad parker?
I'm terrible. I'm really good at parallel parking, but I'm bad at normal parking. Isn't that weird?
Really?
Like I'm like pulling up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, then I'm always on one line. I'm like, dude, come on, I back up, I adjust it. And it's been how long? I've been driving for a long time now, and I still suck. I still struggle with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that take. Whether you're a good driver,
because I'm a bad parker, but I'm a great driver, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's the worst driver you've ever been with? You had any bad drivers?
Honestly, I'll say my friend Sid, dude. Like driving with him, I always feel a bit scared. Or you know what? My friend Mache, I wouldn't call him a bad driver, but I am pretty scared when I'm in the seat with him.
Are you?
He's a junior here. He likes to drive fast. You know, he's from
he?
Poland. I don't know what the culture is over there, but you know, he tells me he's drove like 120, 130 miles per hour on the highway before.
Yeah. Sure. I think for me, it's more about trust with the driver. Like, I can be with someone, if I trust them, they can be speeding, cutting up, doing whatever they want to do. I don't really care. Mm-hmm. But if I don't know them, it's like a random person, they're doing some like dumb stuff, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you got that.
I was in an Uber, and there's a car to the left of us that swerved right in front of us, and it was so close, the Uber driver had to like go to the other lane. It was like, he slammed the brakes, everything, like everything fell off the seat, but that was like a few weeks ago when I was coming back to Michigan.
All right. But, what type of music do you be listening to, or is it
music?
Just for when driving?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, I listen to so much music. I've dabbled in almost every genre.
Really?
It's typically rock and rap.
Sure.
Those are my big two.
Yeah.
I love 60s rock. I like 90s rock. I like modern rap. I love 2000s rap. You know, I started with rap music when I was, you know, first getting into music in 6th grade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back then I liked Logic a lot. I liked Drake a lot. You know, and then as I got older, 7th, 8th grade, you know, all the mainstream stuff I started listening to. So, like, you know, Future, Metro Boomin, you know, like typical middle school taste. Lil Baby Gun, all the aux, right? Yeah. My music taste had its first shift my sophomore year of high school when, from a TikTok, I discovered like a really good song, which was like a 2000s hip-hop song. And then Dad introduced me to this whole other genre of like soul-sampled rap. So that's the era where I got really into Kanye, Jay-Z, Common, J Dilla, Madlib, and all like these, you know, 2000 producers, MF Doom, and I just fell in love with that music for a few years. And then my senior year is when I finally got into rock, and now I'm like huge Beatles fan, huge Led Zeppelin fan,
fire.
Green Day fan, and you know, every year my rap is so different. So
I feel you.
Yeah, I'm right now getting the Fleetwood Mac a lot. So
okay, that's what's up.
They're pretty fire. But yeah, what about you?
I don't know. I think kind of like I feel like that's a pretty like standard like music transition. That was kind of similar to me. I started off with like my rap, my Drake, whatever, your basic stuff, and then like slowly started dabbling. Like I don't know. I was initially like not too big on Green Day and stuff, and then one of my good friends, Kyle, was like in Fletcher. They were like listening to a lot of Green Day and like Radiohead, and I was like, all right, it's low key nice. So I started rocking more of it, and I'm like, damn, this is low key fire. And I've started to dabble on my own and hearing stuff like that.
Who are your 3 favorite artists?
Ooh, 3 favorite artists. This is a tough question.
Who's currently?
Currently, I think about this. Are we like artists? Do they just have to be like a singer? Can this be like producer, DJ, whatever it may be?
Well, anything, dude.
I'm gonna see. Let's see what I've been listening to. What's on the Apple Music heavy rotation. Been listening to a lot of Zach Bryan recently.
Yeah, this is country right now, right?
Dom Dalla.
Dom Dalla? That's Damian Lillard, right?
Zed.
Dude, that song Bestie. You know that one? But Dame Dollar, right?
No, Dom Dollar.
Okay, never mind.
Dame Dollar. That's
That's Damian Lillard.
That's Damian Lillard.
Yeah. He made some music.
I know he has a few songs. I don't know. I haven't really listened to many like NBA player raps.
Yeah, I don't either, but his whole Bestie's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, Dom Dollar, Zach Bryan, some Cash Kid.
I like Tyler Childers.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
fire.
that's fair.
Like Sublime.
Sparky Deathcap. That's low key of niche. I don't know. It's not that niche. But
I've never heard of them.
And then Gunna, bro. Gunna's fire, bro. I don't care.
Dude, Drip Harder is
Robert Mills. Or Miles. I don't even know how to say it.
I love Drip Harder, man. That album was so good.
Yeah, Drip Season 3. That's a top.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that. It's a top. It's a top like I'd say like top 8 rap album of all time.
Really? I don't know. If
I don't know. It's in my 8 favorite. I don't know if it's like top 8 quality or best music. But
that's fair.
It's fire.
Yeah. Do you ever listen to the Beatles?
I dabble.
I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Are you?
Their shit gets me.
What's your
going.
favorite song?
I'll say I'm Looking Through You.
Looking Through You. Yeah. No.
You know
Okay. That's not ridiculous.
That one's so good. I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite, but they got so many good ones. But I don't think I've ever heard like a song like I'm Looking Through You. It's very nostalgic, you know.
Yeah.
It brings me back to last spring. Good times.
Yeah. You been hitting the gym?
Yeah. I've been going a lot this
You
week.
I am guy or
No,
Marshmallow?
I go to Palmer.
Okay, Marshmallow. Okay,
yeah.
that's what's
I've not
up.
seen you in there. You be going.
Not for real. I here and there I'll pop in there, but not consistently. I look need to get in there. I don't know.
Yeah, pop out, man.
I know I
It's
do.
a good time.
We should have some
It's
gym
very
sessions
busy
or
right now,
something.
though, so.
Is it? That's the other thing too. It's just like it's also like finding a good time in my schedule too, because like as much I think I need to get into it for real, but it's finding like a good time because it's just like a process. You know what I mean? You got to get your stuff. It's not you got to go do your workout, shower, do all that, and then go to class. So it's like finding a good time. And it's like if I want to go in the morning, that means something else is gonna give. Probably sleep's gonna give. And then if I want to go at night, that might mean some socializing is gonna give, which honestly might be what it's gonna come down to. But I don't know. We'll see. Gym coming soon.
Yeah.
Gym and Emron.
Emron,
2 things coming
let's
soon.
go.
I don't know.
As long as you're active in some way. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, I feel like if you're not careful about it, it can just eat up so much of your time.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get to the gym, you do your workout. If you're, like, socializing your workout, it takes twice as long. And then you eat at Mojo after you have to shower. And it's like, damn, that's like 6 hours now.
Yeah, that's true. Mojo's like the big, like, post-gym dining hall. Like, you see everyone's hit the gym and push Mojo.
Everyone's, like, always jacked. Yo, I just came from the gym. Like, everyone I be talking to in there.
Speaking of gym bros, you know Ben?
Lamb?
Yeah.
He's up there, 131.
131.
Oh, yeah, I sent you the podcast.
I know, yeah, I tuned into that. That's a dog right there.
He hurt his injury, right?
No, I haven't.
He just recently tore his pec.
Oh.
I don't know if I should air that. But.
Oh. Lifting or what?
Yeah, he's a power lifter, so
Oof.
he's going for a PR. And yeah, it sucks.
That probably hurts like hell.
Yeah, but it's just, I feel bad for him because he's in such motion right now with competing. He's just getting into it for the first time in the last year or so. So he's been going to comps and everything. It's kind of just like a brick in the pathway where it's like, shit, now I have to recover and get back into it. So it's a huge time sink right when he's like in his prime almost. So
yeah,
pray for the guy.
No, yeah, that's a cool dude. He actually started off at Tulane, right?
He did.
That's
yeah.
fire. That's a tough school.
This is his first semester here. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, it's like solid red right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Some people switch it back and they're just muted the whole time they're talking.
Oh, really? Did that like mess things up?
No, you're good. As long as it's not blinking.
Okay, yeah, we're
Yeah,
solid
yeah.
red. All right, we're good.
Solid, yeah. How do you know Ben Lim?
How do I know Ben? He's in our professional friends in 5D, so
5D.
that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Been enjoying that.
That's sick, dude. I'm sure it takes a lot of time too. I mean, you've probably finished Rush now, right?
Yeah, it took a fair bit of time, but I don't think it was too ridiculous. I just had a good time. It's like some cool people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's like I don't know if you know Anthony Daoud, but he lives in South Cloud last year, but that's
I know Anthony.
He was
He's a
actually the one who
sophomore?
kind of put me onto it. Yeah, he's a
Okay.
sophomore here.
Yeah.
But he was kind of the one that put me onto it, and I was like, it's lucky
That's
fun.
cool.
It was cool just meeting a lot of people who kind of like same vision, same goals,
Yeah.
you know?
So do you want to do pre-med or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I've definitely set on medicine. I think
Okay.
I mean, there's been some cool opportunities and things I want to explore in some other paths, but I definitely want to go into medicine. Like political science, there's been some cool things there, and possibly some business stuff too. So
Yeah. Or, I
maybe
thought you were in
finish
Ross.
that.
I don't know why.
Really? So
Yeah.
I don't know. A few people have thought that as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
Give off the Ross vibe.
maybe in another
In a
life
good
I
way.
do. Yeah, maybe in another life. I don't know.
Maybe the first Ross doctor.
I don't know. What would if I had to guess your major? What would I say?
Oh, you don't know?
If I had to guess, I know what it is, but if I had to guess, like just not knowing you,
okay. I feel like it'd be hard to guess.
It would. I don't know. I have to think about this.
I would actually start asking people.
Maybe like kines. You see, like I don't know. I think a lot of like
that.
Gym or athletic people are in kines or sports management, whatever it is.
That's fair. I'll take that. It's a compliment.
You ever study in kines?
I find it interesting. I've not dabbled in it. I have a lot of friends in kines, of course, but
sure.
The PT route with the AI taking over everything. The PT route doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. What's your favorite study spot on campus?
Ooh. Low-key, I like coming here when I want to get away from everyone because it's like my personal world over here. Like sometimes I'll stay after the podcast and like study here and stuff, but typically it's calm over here. But usually I like to be around other people. So you find me at Hatcher a lot.
Okay.
That's usually my go-to, Hatcher and Shapiro. But I'm trying to.
You're a third floor Shapiro guy.
Yeah,
I have a hard time locking in there because I feel like it's just like everyone's there. Like you go there, you run into somebody. It's just like because it's just like such a calm, especially for first years. I feel like a lot of people just are at Shapiro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I've been trying to be disciplined, but I'll plug a timer on my computer to like just work till now. When it's over, go socialize, come back.
That's cool.
A little break,
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing you in Shapiro one time, and you were just
you were with Aaron, right?
You were dialed. Yeah.
I was actually at Shapiro yesterday in the morning, and I saw Aaron there. So.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think we were just there like. I don't even know why we were there. I think we just like, studied a quick session after. Like, I don't know. That's a cool dude though.
Yeah, I like Shapiro's social aspect, but it's just kind of like the colors are just kind of gray and disgusting,
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So I can kind of get sick of it after
I'm not too big. If I have like a serious lock-in, I can't do Shapiro.
Yeah. Hatcher's usually my serious lock-in.
If I have like BS work, I might go into Shapiro, bang out like a quick quiz or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But if it's like serious like test studying or something like that, you'll find me in somewhere else, not
like
there.
Where do you find yourself?
Ooh, where do I see myself studying? The Prorg.
The what?
Printing room in Mojo.
The Prorg?
There's the morgue. That's like the silent room in Mojo.
I hated the morgue, bro.
Then there's the Prorg. That's the printing room in Mojo.
Why would you don't like that room at all?
That room is fire.
It's just convenient to get
No one's ever really there. I don't know. Can you just go get a drink from the dining hall? Just lock in, put your AirPods in. You see people walking, but like you don't gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
So you just kind of do your thing. Yeah.
Dude, like I studied in the morgue a little bit, but it just got so depressing.
Yeah, no, I did like a pre-lab there one time, and then like that's.
I feel like falling asleep over there. Not good memories.
You're a room study guy or no?
No.
Yes.
I'm actually never really at home. Like I wake up, and 20 minutes I'm in my car, and then I go back. 20 minutes I'm in bed. So.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too big on room either. Like, I've like rooms meant for sleeping. If not, I want to either be doing something productive or sitting somewhere around people.
When I'm at home, I just feel so far away from real life, and I'm just like, I'd rather just be like in motion somewhere,
Yeah, I agree. I will say though, there are some times where it's nice to just like disconnect. Like, there's no socializing, no one's around. You just go in, doom scroll, put your AirPods in, just chill.
It has its own beauty to it. It's important to have those breaks too.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, but.
So what's up?
Yeah. Do you have any big plans for this semester or dreams?
This semester, ooh.
This is just getting started, man.
I know. There's so many things I want to get involved in and do, but I'm considering wrestling a social frat. That's something I've been looking into. Some of my boys are, so I think that could be a lot of fun. Another big plan that's coming soon is I think I'm gonna run as, I don't know if you know Isaac Gardner.
Is that a basketball player?
No, he's a sophomore year. He's in Ross, but he ran for president last year for CSG, but I think he's planning on running again. I'm going to run as his vice president. So I think we're student body president, vice president campaign coming soon.
I think my friend in Pike was also running for that last year.
Who was it?
Adden Bogarts. I don't know if his last name is Bogarts. It starts with a B though.
Oh, fire, man.
I hit him up about the CSG election.
Yeah, I might look. Yeah, I think that's one thing we're looking at is just kind of like getting involved in that because I think there's some meaningful things we want to improve and kind of do. Both Isaac and I are from Ann Arbor, so we've kind of been around Michigan and been following CSG and stuff like that for the past little bit. And I think talking to people in CSG has kind of gotten me more interested in it. And I think that's a meaningful way to get involved around campus, along with meet people and kind of make an impact,
Yeah, I think so. It'd be cool. What do you typically do in that position?
As CSG, like president, vice president. Yeah. So I think the biggest things would be like setting initiatives and stuff like that. So like, I know like there's a lot more freedom than people think. Like there's a lot more, I think it's way less guided and less like stringent than people would initially anticipate. And I think some of the things that we'd want to focus on would be increasing student org funding and really like building a campaign focused around the students, like kind of creating the best student experience for people here at Michigan. So whether that's increasing student org funding, making it easier for people to get internships and stuff like that, connecting with alumni and possibly building on like a student. I know there's kind of some ongoing work on that right now, but I know CSG is kind of working on building an endowment, so possibly something like that for CSG specifically.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool things we want to do, but yeah, really centering it around creating the best experience for students here at Michigan. You know, whatever that may be, but more focusing on the individual experience for students to create a collective experience.
That's cool. I
through
like
change and meaningful work. So yeah.
And you said you were interested in poli-sci at some point, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I definitely want to go into medicine, but kind of like an intersection of political science and medicine. So I think I definitely want to practice initially and then maybe transition into maybe using my MD to get involved with politics and maybe a private practice of sorts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I know. This stuff I don't know. I think I need to low-key iron it out and start thinking more, but I think it'll work out. Yeah,
let it kind of, you have the vision, so let it kind of build itself almost, you know?
Yeah, so I think that's the other thing I've like kind of really thought about and realized is like as you get more involved and whatever it may be, opportunities land in front of you and you got to just take them, you know? And that was some advice someone was telling me the other day, and it was just like, if you have an opportunity, take it and see where it goes, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what I was kind of with CSG, you know, I was talking to Isaac a little bit just the past few months about it, and the opportunity came along, and I think now would be a good time to get involved, and we're going to do our best and see where it goes, you know, and regardless of what the result is, we want to make some change and kind of increase betterment around campus, you know.
I think that's great advice because, you know, it's so easy to say no to things because your first thought is like, shit, I don't have time for this, I have other things going on, but I've really been trying to build this mindset of not say yes to everything, but say yes to more things, you know, opportunities that come their way. Like my friend told me this quote from his mom actually that, you know, when you're invited to something, like always try to always say yes.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
It's like, you know, I think living a full life is not doing the same thing every day. You know, it's like saying yes to these random things that come your way, and it's like an idea could pop in your head like 3 days from now or an hour from now, and it's just like, how can I make that happen? Or someone could suggest something to you, and you're like, shit, like it'd be as random as like, yo, let's go skiing this weekend. I'm like, I've never been skiing, but let's make it work. Let's make it happen.
No, I agree, man. I think that's what a lot of like the best things and opportunities and choices I've made have come through. Sometimes spur of the moment opportunities or things that people and just going out and really putting myself out there. So I think that's really key to being successful and really progressing as a person, you know. And that's what I would say.
Do you think you're the same person you were in high school?
In what aspects? There's definitely some. I think there's some values and things that I hold true to and I've held true to since high school, but I've also grown as a person, you know. So I think there's some like the key things that I've really like I was really similar to me in high school. I think being outgoing and meeting people, I think that was something I valued in high school and I really still do value now. I think it's just valuable, like I think talking to people, understanding different experiences, you know, like I think that's the thing about Michigan. It's like I think yeah, of course, the resources and all that is great, but it's really the people you meet, you know. You're getting people across the country and the world, you know. My roommate's from Hong Kong, and I think being able to talk about, I know, it really is, and learn about different experiences and stuff like that is, I think, meaningful because sometimes, you know, like, whether it's from high school or your job, you're kind of focused with these set group of people who have somewhat similar backgrounds, somewhat similar interests, and when you're at college, you know, especially at such a large institution, you have access to so many different backgrounds of people and things like that can be really insightful and helpful. How about you? Do you think you're the same person you were in high school?
Some aspects, yeah. But I feel like parts of my attitude toward life have stayed the same, but
sure.
In a weird way, I feel like I change every 3 months, it feels like these days.
Sure.
And it's kind of weird because like I've met people who change a lot, I've met people who don't change a lot, but
yeah.
I've always been the guy who changes a lot, and I don't really intend for that to be true, but when I look back at the last 3 months, it's like it always ends up happening, and I don't know, I guess like one thing I guess I'm proud of is like I have this personality type where when I get an idea, I try to align my life toward it in a way.
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it always leads to an adventure, you know, so it's like I think I've grown a lot since high school. I think I've improved in a lot of areas of life since high school, and I hope to continue that because I think it's an enjoyable process to kind of, you know, I feel like we're in this world to just be the best version of ourselves and keep growing in as many areas as we can and develop as many skills as you can and build as much cool stuff as you can. And
For sure.
You know, I hope that the next 80, 100 years of my life will just be more of that. Just because it's fun more than anything. It's like, like what are the skills you want to build this semester? What are the ways you want to grow? Like, I think doing projects like these have taught me so many new skills. Like, one of my biggest areas of growth in the last 2 years is understanding human nature and improving my social, being able to speak, being able to present, being able to, meet more people. And I think I built those skills in this room, like doing this. So, I think I'm most proud of that. But, I do tend to change a lot. I tend to just, 1 week I'm in a completely different sphere, and then I get an idea and I just like pivot 180, and it's just, that makes life kind of fun for me because it keeps it from being boring, I guess.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Going back to what you were mentioning earlier about how you've changed and grown as a person, what things do you think have changed most, or what more like values or like philosophies do you think have like evolved from your high school self or you even a year ago?
I think I'm a lot more open-minded.
Yeah.
I think I was very much in a rhythm that I was comfortable in high school, and stepping out of that was pretty uncomfortable. But I guess I'm open to more ways of living. Like, I used to like having a routine because it made life kind of predictable. Like, you wake up at the same time, you sleep at the same time, you go to the gym at the same time, and it's like, I really did that for a while. I used to like to get up early, be on top of everything, but whenever I would like mess up that routine, it would kind of stress me out a little bit. So I think the transition I've made is I've replaced systems with attitudes. So, instead of like a system like I have to wake up at this time every day or else, it's more of an attitude as like I like to get up early. Like, that's the difference. And I've kind of, the mindset I've approached now is kind of just attack life head on. Like, I used to be a big planner, and I usually don't plan anything now, and it's made life a lot more fun because it's more unpredictable. Like, tonight I can sleep at 9, tomorrow I can sleep at 1 in the morning. It's like, it's more fun if it's like I go with the flow of things, and it's like, shit, I have an assignment due, I'm going to grind all night today. And I think I've been on more of those kind of adventures more recently because I've kind of been more open-minded to new ways of living. So,
sure.
So yeah, I think, I'm really happy with that aspect of it, where I'm, a lot more free in like, myself and like how I want to spend my time. And, but yeah, what about you? What do you think of, what areas have you think you've grown in?
Oh, I need to think about this for a second. I think there's some things that one thing I've kind of like focused on a lot more in college is like, I think like kind of holding true, like being more disciplined. I think I've, at least in the first few weeks of school, I wasn't as disciplined as I feel I should have been. And then I kind of realized like, okay, I need to lock in and iron some things down. So I think kind of the opposite of what you were saying is being more like consistency, like I really try to be like consistent in my studying and really just consistent in life, whatever that is. Like, just really focusing on being consistent, whether it's the way I enter a room, the way I discuss with people. So really just consistency.
That's good, man. That's good. Do you learn anything like I feel like a lot of people come to college and it hits them where it's like, oh, this is a lot harder, and I need to take a lot more accountability and stuff about how I spend my time. So, because there's less structure in college.
Sure.
So, I guess what lessons did you learn in trying to, I guess if you felt that shock and then you kind of adjusted around it, like.
Sure.
Like, what lessons did you learn along the way of how you actually do that?
I think, so looking back at my first semester, I didn't really take anything that was, like, ridiculously hard. I was a pretty chill, so I was, like, Chem 130, Soch, writing, some research credits, and ALA, just, like, my MRADS class for my living learning community. But, the moment where the one moment, it was, like, like, the Wednesday school began, or, like, something, like, really early on. It's like everyone's just like still partying every single day, and I was like outside every single day, and I ended up missing like a memo for my sociology discussion. And then I remember looking at Canvas, and I was like, damn, I just missed it was my first college assignment. I missed it. Just missed the deadline, and I was like, damn, whatever. And I just looked back, and I was like, I don't know. I was just like, and in that moment, I was like, damn, I need to lock in. Like, that was my big wake up call. Like, all right, it's time to start ironing things down, be more like have a clear schedule, know what I need to be doing in each class to be successful. So I think that was the key lesson right there. I mean, I ended up going to my GSI. I don't even know why I did it, but he's a cool dude. Shout out John Mursky. But I remember just asking, I was like, I need to let's work on like creating a consistent plan for that class. And I mean, I don't think I ended up really following through with the consistent plan for sociology or Soch, but I think I ended up learning like, okay, it's due now. I need to get it done before then. And I haven't missed any assignments that time.
It's a good story.
Luckily, I was able to drop it, so it didn't really matter.
Okay.
It was fine, but Yeah, I think that was a big thing there.
That's good, man. Yeah.
How about you? Any like did you have like a moment where
Wake-up
you're like,
calls?
oh shit, this is real?
So I've like been coding for a while, so it's like I
Yeah.
kind of know how to code. So I was able to breeze through some of my earlier CS classes.
Sure, like that EECS 181.
So yeah, 183 and 280 weren't super hard.
280.
And a lot of 280 I kind of vibe code parts of it just because like I know what I'm doing. And I did some of it my own, but it was like worst comes to worst, I could chat it.
Yeah.
281 was the first time where like it wasn't as simple as I can just chat it because the problems got harder.
Yeah.
And I pushed some things off. So project 1 I pushed off because like I did a lot of it on my own, but then I didn't realize that there'd be so many problems, so many bugs to debug, and then like I wasn't able to finish it all in a day even with ChatGPT. So I was like shit. So I had to take a late day and I had to submit it the next day. And after that I realized like I have to start these projects in advance. That was more like last semester kind of wake up call for my EECS classes that things are getting harder and it's probably better to kind of learn the concepts instead of vibe coding them. So the second half of the semester I was doing better in 281, but I also bombed like the first exam. So it's more just a wake up call that like now I need to like lock in for some of my harder classes. And you can't just learn all the material the week before. Like a lot of my classes I was able to do that, but I think 281 was the first class I wasn't able to just like go through all the lectures and learn it the week before. Like I think some of my harder classes require a lot of practice and taking time with it. So I've been good this beginning of this semester. I've been kind of getting ahead. Like
What are you taking?
EECS 370, EECS 376.
What are the classes like? What are the?
Yeah. So
I just know high level EECS courses.
So EECS 370 is Intro to Computer Organization. So the simplest way to explain it is that, you can write code, and the code does something on your computer, but like, how does your computer actually know what the code means? Like, I don't know if you've taken any coding classes, but like.
I took CSP and CSA in high school,
yeah. So if you know like a for loop, right? Like,
yeah.
Sure, we know what for loops are and stuff, right?
So it's
but
really
like,
how the computer
how does the computer
interprets
even
it.
know what a for loop is?
Sure.
So
that's really
because
interesting.
the computer only understands one thing, and that's zeros and ones.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like, how do you translate this, very simple, elegant English-looking computer language into something called assembly code, which like it translates it into a language the computer understands, and then later on you translate the assembly code into just a bunch of zeros and ones. So it's like when you see a for loop, the computer sees like a million zeros and ones. So it's kind of crazy how these shits work. It's really remarkable, but that's what that class is about.
That's sick.
Intro to Computer Organization, and then
think it's gonna be hard.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty hard class. EECS 376 is like computer science theory, so it's more of a mathy class. So the core idea of the class is like, how do you prove if a problem is even solvable? Because there might be some problems where you can write like code to solve it.
Yeah.
But you might be trying to solve a problem forever when there's not even a solution to it.
Yeah.
And there might be a solution, but like the thing with coding is like there's different algorithms at different runtimes based on the input size. So it's like some algorithms, it's so you change one thing in the algorithm and it could change the runtime from like 10 minutes to 12 billion years.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like it's really being mindful about like how to optimize code and like the theory, the math kind of behind the code of like proofs and proving if something is true or false in like coding language. So
that's sick, man.
Yeah, EECS 215 is Intro to Circuits. So, boom.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm taking PAT 200, which you might like this one. It's electronic music production.
Oh, is it?
So you're a DJ, right?
I've been like kind of picking it up. I got off like a board like maybe a month or two ago, and I've just really just been having fun with it.
Is it hard?
I don't know. It's a bit harder than I thought it would have been. I think because I don't really have like a huge music background. I didn't play an instrument in high school. I didn't really care for it, but I don't know. I just saw some of my friends were doing it, and I was like, all right, that looks fun.
I have a friend who's
so
a big DJ. But
it's fun though, man.
Yeah.
I think like I don't know. I've just been like watching YouTube and just learning off some of my older friends that kind of do it and stuff.
YouTube is such a wealth of knowledge,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Just learn anything these days. But
yeah, it's fun, man. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd consider looking into it if you need some like credits for something, because PAT 200 it steps away from the DJing side and goes in the production side. So it's like actually making the music itself, whether it's electronic music, house music, or even hip hop beats. Like you learn how to make them. So.
Oh, tough. Who teaches that?
His name is Jeremy Edwards. So.
What's his experience? I don't
even know.
Is there a PhD for that type of position?
I'm sure there is.
Like
there's a whole PAT department with all this shit, so that's really major for anything these days. So.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Sick.
dabbling in that. We'll see how that goes. Cause I'm also not like a super musical guy growing up, but
Yeah.
in terms of instruments, but I've
Sure.
been trying to pick up the guitar for the last like 2 months. So I've been dabbling. I've been
That's sick,
trying.
man.
It's been fun. So yeah.
That's fair. That's what's up.
You never played an instrument?
No, in 6th grade I did percussion and played like
Is that
triangle, marimba, drums.
Triangle.
Yeah, it's like all sorts of stuff. I actually had a fun. I don't know. The teacher was. I mean, he's a cool dude. I didn't really care for him. All right, let me think how to phrase it. But I mean, initially I just didn't really care about the music that much, so I think that made me lose interest in the class, and I think that was made it whatever. I mean, it was like it was like 6th grade band, so it was like no one really
Like
cared.
a long time ago.
But I like the people that all played drums. We had a good crew of
Yeah.
people, you know. I think the crew of people that we had up there, like it was just people who just like a little musical. I think one of the people stuck with the instrument
Yeah.
throughout for like a while.
Hold on,
He's
I'll grab the
really-
paper towels real quick.
Yeah, bet. Take a little break.
Yeah.
You want a tissue?
Uh,
I have a buck.
sure. I appreciate it. I'll let you know. I mean, I'm good for now, but if it comes again, I'll snag that from you. You know, it's funny because like I like music so much,
Yeah.
and I've just never dabbled with instruments.
Really?
You know, I always like imagine, oh, that would suck and be boring, but the second you can hear the first tune of your favorite song when you play it, it's like, damn, I could do this forever, you know.
Yeah.
But I just don't have a guitar here in Michigan, so I've only been doing it over breaks, so I gotta find a guitar.
Want to resume back into it?
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I was gonna say. Do you want to talk campus politics or anything
Sure.
like that? Okay.
I've kind of stepped away from politics, but I'm welcome to talk about like stuff.
Sure,
So let's see how
sure.
much I know.
All right. Who do you think the next president of Michigan will be? Like the university itself?
Oh yeah, because the guy got booted or something, right? Or he stepped
Yeah, so
down?
Santa Ono was removed, or yeah, I think he resigned before he was removed,
Yeah.
and now we've had an interim president, but I think they're on the search for.
Do you know
anyone
why he was?
removed? I'm honestly I'm not sure specifically why he was removed or why he ended up resigning. Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, I have to look more into
it's
it.
odd, yeah. I couldn't tell you who the new president would be. I have no idea anything about anything
Yeah,
or anything. But
sure.
you gotta fill me in on like what's going on.
For sure. I mean, I'm not too aware of it. It's been pretty hush-hush. I know they're probably gonna. I mean, I'm sure they're probably gonna. By next school year, there'll be a new president. You know, so I'm sure the process for that is probably ongoing right now.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not sure too much about what's going on.
Yeah.
A few names I've heard thrown around. I've heard the Syracuse president. I know he just stepped down.
Okay.
I know there was like a dean or someone at Duke that they were looking at. So, I don't know. Those have been some few names I've heard.
Yeah.
from
I
talking
feel like
to
the
people.
president.
I'm not really sure.
I feel like it doesn't really impact our day-to-day life that much. As you know, it's like.
Yeah,
But,
I agree. I think like on the daily stuff, not really. But when you look, yeah, I think that's fair. I think like the day-to-day, there aren't like any significant impacts. But I think when you look at the university as a whole, the president of the university kind of like is a representation of the school.
That is true. I mean,
in
he's
a
like the
formal
face, the
environment.
public-facing
Yeah.
face. So
That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
that's cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for. I mean, I've been thinking about the semester like all winter, and
Do you have any plans? Anything like big projects or things like that?
yeah, I think I just kind of want to do more stuff. Like I want to just explore new areas that I haven't touched yet. So I was thinking about joining boxing, and my friend's getting me stressed out about the tryouts. He's telling me how ass it was. So
Really?
I feel like it could be a new like avenue because like step away from the gym a little bit, take a break from there, and kind of focus on more like physical athletics that I've not really done
Yeah.
since high school, like a sport.
Yeah, for sure.
So tryouts are a week from now, so we'll see how that goes. But
That's the one thing I've learned about Michigan. Everything is a competition, or I think everything is competitive. That's what I would say.
do you like that?
I think so. I do. I think I think coming from a high school, like there was like competition there, like the environment was fairly competitive. I think that it just drives you to be better. You know what I mean? When you're surrounded by people and you constantly feel like you have to be pushing yourself to do your best work, and I think that can really help improve yourself and be better. Though I think at times it can be toxic or negative, but I think it really ultimately is beneficial because it forces people to strive for their best and really compete for opportunities.
Yeah.
You know?
I've thought about it quite a bit because like I feel like I'm a
Yeah,
pretty
what about
competitive
you?
person.
Yeah,
And,
sure. I think a lot of people at Michigan are, honestly.
And I guess my always question is it good for me or is it bad for me? And
Yeah.
I think it can be good and it can be bad, right? And I like to say I'm pretty hard on myself when I have high standards for myself, but you know, a lot of people can have that and kind of be miserable because of it, but
Sure.
I feel like I'm a pretty happy person still despite it, and it only pushed me to be better. So I feel like how it's played out for me it's been fine. There are moments where like I can get kind of anxious and stuff, but it's pretty rare, So, I personally kind of enjoy like the competitive nature of being here because like
I agree. I agree.
it's cool. Everyone's kind of like really passionate about something. Like that's something unique to Michigan. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like I'll talk to someone on the street and he's gonna tell me about some crazy shit he's doing. So it's
I know.
like-
I agree. I think that's probably the biggest thing. I think I've really like. I didn't expect that, or I maybe think how to like say this, but like I may not have. I think I didn't expect it to be as significant as it was. I know everyone here was smart and was really passionate about certain things, but when you realize like the crazy stuff that everyone has done, as you talk to these people, like there's so many top tier, top notch people. You know what I mean? Whether just like the best in their craft, whether it's building rocket parts or whatever it may be. There's a lot of people who are really like top of their craft. So I think that's cool. But yeah, going back on that competitiveness, I think it's valuable. I think I definitely like it. I think it pushes people to do their best. It can be hard at times, because you're forced to do your best and really push yourself to the maximum. But I think going into it, like just staying humble about it, you know what I mean? Because I think that's the thing at Michigan. Once you feel like you're on your roll and start sagging a little bit, you get pushed, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So really just keep going.
Yeah.
And staying humble and just competing and doing your best work,
Mm-hmm. I think it's so interesting that you've been here your whole life in this city.
Yeah, I know.
Was there ever a moment you considered school somewhere else or leaving?
Let me think. I always wanted to go to Michigan. I think just growing up around it, it's always been like a school I've really wanted to go to. I know they just introduced ED, but I think looking back, I might have ED'd to Michigan. I probably would have if it was an option at my time. But I don't know. There are a few other schools I was looking at, but I don't know. When I got into Michigan, it was ultimately going to come down to it. You know what I mean? I knew I wanted to go to Michigan.
Yeah.
I think
it's hard to turn down this great school that's right next in your backyard.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too, like I think there's definitely value in putting yourself in an unfamiliar place where you don't know as many people or like you don't know anyone. It's like a completely new city, like going to out of state or something like that. But I think there's value in being in a place where you somewhat are familiar, because I think it can kind of give you a head start or ability to do more. And I think when you're trying to maximize an experience or something like that, it can be beneficial to kind of already have some base. You know what I mean? I think, there's nearly 50,000 students here, or maybe more. But I think so. There's obviously a lot of new things and unfamiliarities. But I think coming into it with the base can really open up the doors to a lot of things. And I think just getting advice from people. I think that's been the biggest thing. I think having people that are mentors or being able to advise me on how to do certain things early on allowed me to be able to get involved and really maximize that first semester, because I think finding that groove can be difficult, but I think being from Ann Arbor made that a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because for me, it's like I couldn't imagine going to school in my hometown. It's
really?
like, damn, I've been here my whole life. But Ann Arbor's a cool enough city where it's like, I guess if I was born here, I'd be cool staying here. But you have such a great school that's so close to home. It's kind of hard to turn it down. But
yeah, just growing up here really made it like, I don't know, it's just always Michigan.
It's like it's your place, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, I'm really happy. I'm enjoying my first semester, and I definitely am glad with the decision I made.
That's good.
What about you? At what point were you like, I want to go to Michigan?
I applied to a lot of schools.
Sure.
And I feel like I was like so unaware of like what colleges were even like.
Yeah.
So it's like when people are telling you like, oh, what college looks good to you, and I'm just looking at these, I'm just staring at these names, and I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? But in a weird way, when I was applying, Michigan like stood out to me, and I couldn't really tell you why. There's something about it being big, strong in academics, and strong in other areas like athletics. It made it seem like, wait, that actually sounds like I could enjoy that. It'd be very new. Because I went to a high school with I went to a middle school with a graduating class of 30 people.
Wow.
I went to a high school with a graduating class of 120.
Okay,
right?
cool.
So always been in like small schools.
Sure.
And I saw the number, like 9,000 freshmen. I'm like,
holy shit.
there was something attractive in that to me because I've always been in such a small bubble. And I like talking to people. So it's like, I just thought about how many people there were at the school, and it's like, I'm bound to meet so many incredible people here. And, But then again, it was early in the apps. But I remember, like, in a weird way, I tried a little bit harder on my UMich apps, even though I just didn't even know about the school at all. Because, like, it was like I was set on Michigan, but I think subconsciously, I kind of had a good feeling about the school.
Yeah.
And,
I feel you.
Those are things that obviously in retrospect, I can tell the story now, like, it all makes sense. But, like, at the time, I wasn't even set on Michigan. I think back to these small moments where it's like, oh, yeah, that sounded cool, so I leaned into it a little bit more. But then when I got my decisions back, I got rejected from most of the elite schools except for Michigan. And then as more and more apps started coming in, it started becoming more and more obvious that, like, I don't even care what the other schools say. Like, this is probably where I want to go. And then campus day came around, and I was here, and I'm like, yeah.
It's the spot.
It's starting to become, like, a part of who I am. And, when I stepped foot on campus in the fall, it didn't disappoint, man. It's like, it's everything I expected. Just surrounded by so many cool people, so many cool things to do, so many adventures to go on. And I've had so many great memories here. Like, with the start of the semester, I feel like this was kind of nostalgic in a way, the start of the semester, because, like, I was thinking back to a lot of my great memories, like, the first 3 semesters I've been here, because it's a pretty big turning point where it's like, shit, my sophomore fall is over now, too. So I was thinking back to all, like, the best memories I've had here, and I was like, damn, I've had some good times here,
Yeah,
So it's like, I think it worked out great, and, I'm sure I wouldn't been happy anywhere, but, Michigan feels like a lot of who I am, and, it feels like it fits me very well, so.
I agree, and I think, like, kind of going back to it, the thing I think I like most, like, the experience as a student is unmatched to any institution, I think you have the balance of your social and academic stuff, I think people say, I think I could see the argument of Michigan being a party school for sure, but it's a school that parties. That's what I've been told, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a big difference between a party school and a school that parties, like, there's definitely parties and stuff, but the people partying are definitely locked in and going somewhere,
It's rare to find that, like, locked in both worlds, which is kind of cool. I like that,
Yeah, it's
well-rounded.
cool. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's what kind of will best prepare you for the world, I think when you have any, like, isolation, when you're just around people who all have the same views or same background or same whatever, I think it can be harder to really learn and maximize an experience,
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree, man. So, you got so much time ahead of you. It's like end of your first semester.
I know, yeah.
Like, I feel like a year ago I didn't know shit. Like, I was so much different than I am now, I guess, in terms of my worldview. Because with time, like, you just start to see a lot more of the world. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think I'm looking forward to just kind of growing. You know what I mean, and just like seeing where I go. Because there's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, there's gonna be mistakes. But I think I'm just excited to kind of see how that all ends up playing out and really just have a good time.
We can follow up a year from now and see, like, all the great shit you've done in this world.
I know,
so.
in 1 year we'll be talking about this exact interview.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. I think it's just kind of like led in my path. Just following my path. Whatever that means and whatever I feel like doing and just enjoying what I'm doing. Like, so I often tell my friends, whatever. It's like I do what I'm doing because I enjoy doing it. Whether it's research or studying or going out, it's because I want to be here. I see the bigger picture and I see the intent behind it. Even though I might not really be enjoying that very particular moment, but I'm enjoying the experience as a whole.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely, man. Out of curiosity, why did you start a podcast?
Why did I start my podcast talk show thing?
What's it called? It's like conversation. Oh, I forgot.
So that episode was just like I think like behind the white coat because I was interviewing the dean and CEO of Michigan Medicine. He actually just retired. I think like right at the end of September or October. But I think I really wanted to get a conversation with that. I wanted to learn from him. I think throughout high school I kind of would follow, like, read Nature and different journals and stuff like that and kind of hear about Michigan medicine. And I think I wanted to gain, as I was getting on campus, I wanted to kind of really understand the system behind that. So I actually reached out to him when I was in high school. I didn't hear back. I was completely ghosted. But I don't know. I didn't have a UMich email, so it might end up going to the spam. But once I got on campus, I knew that was something that was a person I wanted to make sure to get in touch with and really learn from. And I really try to continue learning. I ended up continue to keep in touch with him, and I think just hearing from him and learning from that is interesting. I hope to continue building on that relationship.
Yeah. So what are some of the things you learned from him that really stuck out to you?
Let me think about that for a second. One conversation that we had, I think this was a little bit after filming, but he was just talking about, like, just doing what you enjoy, you know what I mean? Like, and not being so set on a particular like going to going specifically like medical specialties. It's like we talked about road, it's just like the stereotypical, like, easier, or not, maybe not easier, but less time committing specialties. stereotypically. And I think like he was just telling me about how it's shifted over time, you know, like, yeah, some people might think radiology right now is a quote unquote easier specialty, but he's like, don't do specialties based on that, you know, go to what you're passionate about and what you could see yourself doing, you know, and then you'll enjoy it, you know, you're not going to feel like it's, because I think if you go into something just trying to find the easiest path or doing it, you're not doing what you enjoy, you're not going to be able to really make a dent or impact. And when you get into your career, you're not going to be satisfied. So really doing what you want to be doing, regardless of the work that's required to make that happen, you know? So
Yeah.
I think that, and then just also just hearing about all his experiences, you know, because he was all over the country. He was in Texas and then Carolina and at Michigan and a few more institutions. So I think hearing about the value and kind of learning from different places around the country, I think that's something later on in my career I want to get involved in, is kind of diversifying my experiences from different states and kind of gaining different perspectives and building on that social network, you know?
Yeah, that's great, man. So was it mainly like just want to talk to him in particular? Like that's.
So I think that was kind of the thing that initiated it, you know. And then I was like, maybe I can kind of expand on this. I was like, okay, there's a lot of things I want to discuss. So I think that, and then kind of building on that, you know, and then coming soon. I don't know. It might be out before this episode comes out. Nice. But an interview with Eric Fio, who's the current president of Michigan Student Body, is coming soon. So
that's good.
That's in the works as we speak.
Yeah. Where do you see this podcast a year from now? Like, is it something you're still doing?
Where do I see this podcast a year from now?
Because we're still pretty early, right? So,
yeah, for sure. So yeah. I think I see myself continuing to do it. I think I enjoy talking to people and hearing different experiences, you know, and hearing from people who all sorts of backgrounds, you know. I think that's insightful, and just really learning, you know. I think being able to just craft a list of questions and be able to converse with people, I think that could be beneficial. And also just like enjoyment, you know what I mean? It's cool to just sit down and talk with people who I may not know as well, and hear different things and open up. And it always opens up doors, you know. I think just being able to meet people and just have a good time with it. You feel me?
That's great, man.
How about you? Where do you see your podcast now?
I see it, you know, like I think every stage, like I've been doing it for a while, and I've had different like goals around it for a while, and obviously I've always enjoyed doing it, but there was definitely a stage of time where it's like I wanted to grow it. Yeah. Because I feel like I had to justify why I was spending like 7 hours a week doing this shit.
Sure.
Some weeks it's like 10 hours a week, you know. So when last winter I was filming 2 episodes a week, and that was pretty insane. But
I feel you, man. Yeah, it is a time commitment because there's a lot of things. It's not like we just like start filming on the phone and just keep it rolling, you know. Yeah. It's like organizing it with people and schedules. Yeah. Think in mind the people everyone's busy doing things, you know. So organizing schedules, and then the production part behind
it's
that.
A lot,
you know,
man.
it's a lot.
To do it every single week.
Requires a lot of work and a lot of people to make it happen.
To do it every single week, like you really have to just so much outreach, and so you have to bring it up to so many people, and it's like, then they gotta say yes. Like I think I have like a 50% conversion rate of like who will say yes and who will say no, because like some people look at it like, oh, I'm down, and some people, even my best friends, are like, don't want to do it, because it's like it's all dependent on the person and how their personality type is, right? So, you know, to get all the people, to schedule them, to bring them out here, to set up the equipment, to film it. So the filming itself takes 2 to 3 hours. Then exporting all the footage, editing it takes like 3 hours, and then
I know, yeah, it's a lot of work. I know. I'm lucky that I've had the chance to have someone be able to help me with my camera and audio and stuff like that. So I think that's been critical to success.
You pay him, or he's just been helping you out?
It's just been a friend, you know. I think that's also been nice, but I think just kind of working together on it, you know, just kind of seeing where it's gonna go.
Yeah, and going back to your question, like a year from now, right? Like, I think last year I had a team of 3 people working with me, and you know our goal was like grow the podcast, and you know I would lean into like changing my style to optimize it for growth, and then I'd get pissed off that I don't like it anymore. Then I'd lean back into doing it my way. Then I get pissed off that's not growing. Then go back to leading it. So I was in that back and forth.
I know, yeah.
So it's like, because I love free flowing conversations because it's so unpredictable and it goes down so many rabbit holes you'd never expect, and because like I do it for the pure enjoyment of just a free flowing natural conversation of like where are we at in this stage of our life on this day on January 10th, 2026, right?
Yeah.
But you know, in order to grow it, I had to be a little bit structured with it. And there's nothing wrong with being structured, right? Yeah. But I kind of lost the joy of it when I tried to structure it. You know, when I tried to prepare it like an interview, and it's not what I wanted to do personally, right? And you know, a lot of people enjoy that a lot. And it often makes better content than this, right? But we had a team making YouTube shorts every single day for a year straight. And the shorts did pretty well. Some of them got 100K views, 10K views, and we got subscribers through there. We were making clips twice a week, 5-minute clips every week. I had a guy who would watch on my podcast, timestamp everything. I had a guy who used to come sit here as my Jamie. His name was Theodore, and he would control the screen, pull stuff up for us, and I downsized the team now because I just realized I didn't care as much about growing it. Don't get me wrong, if we had 10,000 subscribers, that'd be sick, but I just think the time commitment it was taking to grow it and how I had to change the style of it, it made me start to hate it. So I decided to lean into, let me just do this for fun. I've been doing it for 140 episodes. I clearly enjoy doing it. It's added a lot to me because I've made really good friends through this podcast, because there have been so many guys I barely know. I'm like, shit, I need someone this week. Let's do a podcast. And then I talk to them, and that's how I met my best friend.
Really?
And we would have never known each other.
Wow, that's awesome.
2-hour conversation, and now he's been on 4 times on the podcast. So, I've met so many interesting people. I've learned a lot about people. I've realized that people have a lot more to them than your small talk in the gym, small talk in the downtown.
Yeah.
It's everyone's on their own little journey, own little movie. So it's kind of given me a way to escape my own world and just enter someone else's world for a little bit. And just it's good to have somewhere to just talk about where we at this week. And it's now a time capsule almost to look back at my 2.5 years of growth and how the podcast has changed through that era as well. So I don't see it changing much. I just see myself continuing to never miss a week, do this every week. Wherever I go, it comes with me. So we'll have great podcasts all of winter term. Summer, I don't know where I'll be, but hope to continue to force myself to meet people because I have to keep the podcast going. And last summer was tough, but we never missed a week over the summer either. Surprisingly,
It's like a dual.
There were some bad weeks, bro, where it was shit. The day before, I'm looking for someone, but wherever it goes, it'll just keep going with me, and we'll just keep having natural conversations. And a year from now, we'll probably be at episode 200 or something. And, just keep it going.
I feel I'm kind of in that similar boat. I feel like I'm doing it. I'm just I enjoy having these conversations. It's really about just learning from these people, and hearing what they have to say is meaningful. And I think just kind of seeing where it goes and what I'm enjoying doing, once I feel like you lose the passion for it, and then it's no longer enjoyment, it just becomes a good job or a task. But I think when you just enjoy it and just let it flow, you get conversations that are more meaningful and honest,
I think podcasts are the best form of media. It's open dialogue, long form, typically unedited, but maybe a little bit editing, but still you just have the raw, two people sitting with each other talking, whether it's an interview, whether it's a conversation. It's the issue with other types of media is that they're so heavily edited that you don't even know if you're hearing something real half the time. But I think podcasts, the reason they've grown so much in popularity, I think, is because how raw they are in nature. Yeah. And I think people have always wanted that,
Yeah, that's fair. How hard has it been scheduling things? I think that's hard because you're taking classes, you got all these other things going on, but finding these long blocks to find people's schedules.
Surprisingly not hard at Michigan. The hardest stretches were the summers.
Back home?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I'm close to 4 people from high school.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's onto the podcast. 3 of them have done the podcast before, but they don't want to keep doing it. So it's I really have to find new people. So it kind of forced me to get out there. I've reached out to people on LinkedIn. I've reached out to people online, and I've kind of forced myself to be out in public more, just to talk to people and meet people. But
sure,
somehow we make it happen, man. I couldn't tell you how I did it, but at Michigan it's pretty easy because a lot of people are down to come on. You'll meet people in the gym. You're like, yo, I'll do it, and all these people come on. So at Michigan it's not been too hard. We're just doing it once a week. It's just kind of one evening on a Saturday or a Friday. And but there are definitely some hard stretches, especially when I'm traveling and stuff. It's I either got to schedule in advance or I got to find people there. So
yeah, I feel you on that. That could be hard. You've been picking up any niche hobbies, anything, or maybe not niche, or any new hobbies or things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I started a small business online, just trying to make a little bit of money.
What are we selling?
Yeah, I don't want to reveal on the pod just yet, but it's it's kind of tech consulting for high school students. I'll tell you more later.
Okay.
But
cool.
it's
we'll have that conversation. That's fine.
Just working on some smaller projects of my own. I have the podcast. I have my own startup that I'm working on.
Ooh.
So that
Tech
I'm working on.
Or engineering
it's
or CS or?
I've been working on it for a year now. It's a sports website. So that's been fun.
What aspect of sports is it? Is this odds? Or
so we've changed the idea so much over the year, but. So our MVP is very different than the idea I'm going to tell you right now, but the core idea is we've noticed a few trends in the sports industry right now. First of all, that we all know the sports industry is huge.
Yeah.
And it's projected to grow like 5x in the next 5 years. So it's growing. Everyone watches sports, especially if you go to school like Michigan, you see it first.
Yeah, exactly. I know,
And,
basketball, football, hockey.
Yeah. Another trend is that with AI becoming the new buzzword, I think the platforms we use will become extremely more personalized, And they already are very personalized. Like TikTok, it's your feed, Spotify's your music, but I think that with the power of generative AI, every app you use is going to learn so much more about you as a user and just become that much more personalized. 10x more than it is right now, whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, anything, which, it's hard to even imagine what that looks like. But it's like, I think it will become a state where your experience on Instagram is very different than my experience on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting when that becomes reality. But so we're kind of riding that wave we're seeing the sports industry growing, the AI industry growing, and we want to build a social media platform for tier 2 sports fans. So tier 1 sports fans are diehard fans who, are on ESPN, YouTube, Instagram all day.
Yeah, sure. I got every Bleacher Report. Yeah,
they're on every single platform.
Update.
They're placing bets. They're going to games. They don't miss a single Michigan game. They watch games in the Lions game every night. I'm sure. I don't know if you are one of them, but I'm sure you've known at least diehard fans who just love sports.
I'd say I'm like a tier 1.5.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, I'm into it, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm too in.
I would say about 10 to 20% of people are tier 1 fans who are sports fans, and the other sports fans are 83% or something like that. I'd call them tier 2 fans. Mm-hmm. And tier 2 fans are people who enjoy sports, but they're not crazy about it, right? Like they'll go to the Michigan game, they'll have a good time, if they're on Instagram, you'll see probably a few highlights, reels, and they like sports.
Side. Yeah.
So I think, and they even know some of the players and stuff, but they're not crazy about it, right? They're not checking the stats. So I think the tier 2 fans are currently very underserved because their consumption of sports content is very fragmented, Like if you want to see the score, they usually Google it, if they want to consume content. They don't intentionally go out of the way to see it, but they happen to be on Instagram to see it. They happen to see highlights. So it's like a very fragmented experience that we see an opportunity to make it unfragmented and consolidated, especially considering I think tier 2 fans value 2 things in sports, which is social connection and competitiveness. Yeah. Right? Because the main reason most people go to football games is because everyone else goes to football games, and it's fun to drink, have a good time, and enjoy the game with other people. It's like a social experience, right? So that's why we see an opportunity for a social media app where it's really dumbed down and simple. Because if you open ESPN, it's so much information. A tier 2 fan doesn't need all that information. He doesn't need to see the news of every single player and the stats of this random game. They just want to see a few things. Let's say I pull a random student in Michigan. He's obviously going to care about Michigan football. He might be from Jersey, so maybe he's a Giants fan. And maybe he's has a weird passion that he loves pool, so he follows competitive pool or some shit.
Yeah.
Everyone has their weird niche.
Yeah, sure.
So it's an app that it's very personalized about you. You open it, you see what you want to see. See the Michigan football score, you see the pool score, you see the Giants score, and it's
this.
AI personalized around your behavior and what you like. But the key thing is not just sports tracking, but it's social media. So you have your profile on there, you're in forums, you're in groups with your friends, you're talking about games, you're placing bets on games. So we have a system called locks where you can put money if you want, you don't have to put money if you don't want to. And, you place locks on games, and based on the outcome, you get points in your profile. So you're damn, Max has no points on rookie, he blows, he's not good at sports betting. So it's adding a little bit fun way for people to have that social connection, the competitive spirit.
I like this. This is fun.
And it's, I think, scalable to the fact where you can even have a Michigan public group where it's who has the most ball knowledge in Michigan, or who has the most ball knowledge in the Pike group, or does Michigan or MSU have more ball knowledge? Which school has more points on rookie? That's the name of the app.
That's the name of the app, rookie.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're trying to build. It's a social media platform for tier 2
fans. What's that
fans.
timeline looking like?
So I met the other 2 there's 3 of us co-founders. I met them in August, and we decided to collaborate on this project then. We built the initial core of the app in August, came to Michigan for fall semester. I built a small tech team of 3 people to help support me in the build. Then we downsized it to just 1 person because they were all on trial period. We want to see how it would work out the team dynamic. We decided we only need 1 person. And we made a big shift near the end of the fall semester when we realized we're moving way too slow because making an app, getting on the App Store, it's like there was so many hurdles in that process, and we decided for an MVP, like we're trying to get funding.
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough like proof of concept to talk. We were talking to investors, but like we didn't have enough to, get it out there. So we decided we niched down to just hockey, because we believe out of all sports, hockey fans are the most underserved, because they're hungry for content, but like football saturated, basketball saturated.
Yeah.
Hockey's like, there's not too much about hockey. Like the most used hockey platform is Reddit.
Really?
So, we found that, okay, for an MVP, if I just get like 50 hockey fans to love it, they'll give us better feedback than my friend who like doesn't really want to use it, but is doing it for to help me out, So we built the MVP, where it's also just a website now, because the app was taking too much time to update, iterate. So we want to just iterate fast and make this app perfect for the right people. So we had a hockey website, and then we launched on December 25th or 26th. And then throughout all of December, some of the guys in the business end were reaching out to thousands of hockey creators on Instagram, people who make hockey content, trying to get them to onboard onto our platform. And, we have 3 or 4 creators who said they'd check it out, and they actually really like the platform. So we have like a small user base right now as well. And, these guys are working directly with us, these creators, and they're telling us like what they like, what they don't like. And they give us feedback, we add it. They give us feedback, we add it. And we're just like, right now we're the testing iteration phase. So, like by the end of Jan, we're really hoping we make a platform that at least these 3 or 4 people, they love it. That's our only goal. Make them love it.
That's fire, man.
Because if they love it, there's probably other people who would love it too.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
keep making it better and better, and hopefully we have a story to tell an investor when we have like a solid user base of hockey fans. And it works
That's
for hockey.
sick,
Let's
man.
expand it now. But
That's
we'll
fire.
see, man.
That's tough. Yeah, I can see it, bro. I see the vision. I don't think there's anything else that I know that's super niche to like this tier 2 focus for fans. I think it's cool.
You think you use it?
I think so. Yeah, I'd say I'm like a tier 1.5 fan, but I definitely look into it. You'd have to share it with me afterwards now.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. You just check it out, see if you like it, and any feedback. But
yeah, for sure, of course.
Yeah, man.
There's some sick projects you got going on.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's fine.
Yeah, dude. Anyways, it's been a good podcast, man. Finally got a chance to talk. I've seen your face around all the time.
I know, yeah. We see each other in the dining hall, no joke, like all the time. And just around campus in general, whether it's dining hall, Shapiro, whatever, Diag, wherever, you know what I mean? Or just like out and about.
Yeah. I always find your face somewhere.
I know.
Your name comes up a lot when I'm meeting people because everyone seems to know you.
That's what's up, man. It's good meeting you.
But,
man.
I think you're a great guy. I think you have great things in mind for the semester, and it's always great talking to you.
Thanks. I really appreciate it, man. You too, man.
And I want to wish you luck with everything and hope the podcast as well.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Campaign coming soon. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a long roller coaster, but
everybody vote for Max. There's a voting, right?
Isaac Gardner and Max Samaha coming soon. Yeah, I think mid-March is around the election
Send the link to me so I don't forget.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it only for LSA?
No, it's all student body,
No,
including with PhD, whatever, maybe just the entire Michigan student.
And we can follow up maybe like next year and see where we're at and do another podcast at some point.
Yeah, for sure,
Hope
man.
You had a good time, man.
It's exciting, but yeah, big things coming soon.
Sick. All right,
Thank you,
peace.
Man. Peace.